Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Map number 3, one of these teams is going straight through to the CIS Minor, and, well, pretty surprised, to be honest. First map going the way of Team Spirit on train, and then K29 with what I would consider a pretty dominant performance over on that second matchup. Didn't really see anything too impressive. Joining me once again is going to be Mr. Hugo Byron, and, well, where do you believe this is going now?
It's a difficult one. I've got to still stick with Spirit, just off the fact that they have that latest edition. They have Starix and Mirage, so a very default map, a very simple map to play. So in comparison to Cobblestone, I feel like they may have an easier time coming into this one. But again, it's a difficult one. Are you on the same page?
The thing that worries me a little bit is just that, like, the more tactical based maps have not really been dominant by the team that you'd expect it to be, like the one with the more tactics, whereas the 5 players are just sort of going with more raw aim. Like, Cyber Focus has been ridiculous so far, and we've seen Robo as well. That, I feel like Mirage may just favor them a little bit more. I'm really undecided, but after that last map, I think I'm swinging a little bit further towards the Belarus side, unless, of course, Davkos can, like, wake up and start just dominating mid, and then, well, then it really is anyone's game.
Let's have a look though. Robo, a bit of aggression in the B apps, is going to be held by Davkos. He's looking for that early kill, but he falls. 1 kill to the CT side, but Starix will trade it out as we see this burst inside of B. Diva, fully blind, gets taken down. This is just a mess so far for Spirit. They pull it back for 1 kill as Coldy takes down Cyber Focus, and a player towards bench needs to be dropped by Sophic as well, who's only got a Glock to his name. It seems like this round is falling apart. The bomb is dropped. Coldy pulls back another one, but it's still a 1v2, and he's only got 7 bullets to do it with. There's the first. He doesn't realize the second is so close.
5 HP, Dursky. I don't think he's gonna know. Cody, big round. All 4. That is way, way, way too close. This man has done this a couple of times now where he's just had big rounds, and it's gonna be that T-side pistol that goes the way. Robo has just bought an MP9 with no armor. That's ballsy. See, you like the MP9. Do you like this?
No, I don't like stupid buys. Because I like a gun doesn't mean I like every usage of
I'm
it.
happy with an XM, the armor. That's skill-based.
But that's different, though. That's different because you can play a headshot angle. You can get a 1 shot with that. This is a gun you need to pile in a lot of bullets. The reason the MP9 is good is it can really catch out players. The aim punch is horrible. It's a great gun for that kind of reason. But no, armorless MP9, no, not a fan. Better than no MP9, but not as good as armor. Okay, forget what I said. Best gun in the world. Robo's the best player in the server. Apart from that.
Stop saying things, because whatever you say, the opposite happens. It's not going to work.
Spirit are going to lose the game. Spirit have lost.
Oh no.
Spirit will not qualify for the major. Spirit will not win the major this year.
Okay. I think you've gone a bit too far. You've gone too far. If they win the major now, rigged. That's all I'm saying. Rigged. But Coldy, he's going to go for the pop flash. He's got a player waiting around the corner. Checks the wrong angle, but the flash is perfect. And he will be able to just dominate that B-Apps position. Thursky waiting on the site. The only man left in position. Rotation already out from Cyber. But I don't think he's going to get there in time. Unless, of course, Dursky with the pistol just picks up 2. Looking for his 3rd. And he's won this round alone. He's done everything needed of him. Looking for number 4. And after back-to-back 4Ks, is it going to be possible? I think he wants this kill quite badly. He's so close to it and will. Back-to-back 4Ks. 1 for Dursky. 1 for Coldy. And that's a round for K29.
See, that's what happens when you have an MP9 player on your team. It just boosts up the confidence. It gives you that early pick, and it just puts K29 in a great spot. MP9 single-handedly won them the round. Dursky did a bit of damage along the side, but we're mainly looking at Robo here, the key impact player for K29 in that round, getting that man advantage. So now, going into this, Team Spirit, they can't buy up that MP9 on the T side. They are going to have difficulties. 1 rifle on Coldy, rest of them on pistols. Not an easy spot to be in, but they've got to make it work.
Giving it to Coldy. They're trying to have the back-to-backs. Continue the 4K trend. Still got some lovely techs. A Deagle onto Davkos as well. And I know for a fact that he can be very good with this gun. We haven't seen the just explosive performance from him yet. Coldy's had his moments. He has had a couple of clutches for himself. But not this time. He's already dead. Hit Mouse will just decapitate him early into the round, and in terms of control, the T side, they got some early mid aggression, but they haven't been able to utilize it. They don't really have the range. There's one AK, unhead armored as well. So those rifles over on... Well, actually, anything on the CT side is going to be one shot to the face. And just look at this position from Dursky. Will they check this? How many players are going to walk past? Oh, Cody just reacts. Takes his head off, and now it's back. They're going to go pushing aggressively onto the site. Unfortunately, the range is just working out at the moment for this CT side. Cyberfocus going to fall back to the stairs. He's got players pushing him at the moment, but in a crossfire, it's looking like they're just going to lose their lives.
Yep, all over, especially with Cody on now. Sophic only a pistol, and Robo at range removes his face. It's K29, despite that pick going the way of Spirit, not going to be going very well on the A side. They get completely crushed. That'll be the reset, the crush that K29 need. Not really the reset, but just closing them down to, you know, really no loss bonus and no potential force, as the next round will be a full buy. Sockfoot pulls up the double flashbang. That'll be allowed him to go for some kind of burst play. You can see he's up towards ramp as the rest of them focus in Palace. It's going to be starting to come through underpass. And this is, I mean, this is a done deal, right? It's only blocks. You can't imagine too much. A bomb plant at the very most. That nade will hopefully chip them away, but it's actually going to be a plant. Spirit get all the control of this A site. That's a round they really didn't need to get a bomb plant. We could have seen K29 completely deny that.
Oh, okay. Thank God.
It's scary.
Just look how many low players there are. Something's just got.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh my God. That's just. That was the most unnecessary HE just ever. Kills his teammate. And, what? A little bit of extra damage done, I guess. That's something. CT side, not going to have any problems with the money. T side, actually that bomb plant will help them out quite a bit. And AWP onto Dav cost. Maybe that will be the change.
Fast mid plate. Dav cost not able to get that pick with the AWP. As we can see. It's just going to be slow play for T-Spirit for the time being. They've set up this default. They're waiting for K29 to make the first move. If that does happen. But no movement will be found. Finally, actually, cyber focus up too short. Going to take down Dabkos, but Dima trades with the AK. Dursky, no reason to peek out alone. He's got no trade potential from that fight, so he has to fall on back. Allow them to gain this mid control. And so much damage done to him as well. He's going to return some. Sophic down to 19. And neither team sitting too pretty right now, but at least the mid controls in favour of Team Spirit. That being said, we still have a close window player. Dursky, he can't afford to fall, but he does. Now, Team Spirit in a great spot. No utility left on K29, no AWP, and no mid control.
They've got the perfect split to go onto this B site. It's going to be Roman here alone. And his teammates have absolutely no idea. It's going to take them a while to get anywhere near this site. Once again, it will be a solo man on B trying to hold off the bombardment of multiple players. And this time, Starix has his number. Dima goes pushing through into market as well. And that leaves Robo. No chance. Just got to fall out of the action. CT side have enough money to buy back up, especially if he keeps this AK into the next round. And, well, K29 are just going to have to run away, or at least Robo will, and live to fight another.
Close out the round. Over aggression here from K29, as expected. A team that constantly likes to take these aim battles, and times they really have no pressure on doing so. They don't need to be peeking out to mid like that. Don't need to be losing those fights. I don't know, man. I don't get why people chase like that. I have no idea. What was the need in that chase? Why not hold on to the gun? Guarantee yourself an AK into this round. Cyberfocus now a little bit limited in buying. Going to be dropped the AWP. Famas coming in for Roman. Utility okay. Could have been helped with an AK for sure, but either way, K29 looking to get that reset now on the CT side. They've got 3 in a row. Lost the last. This is going to be their chance to strike back onto the economy Team Spirit while it's, you know, pretty crippled for the time being. The AWP and full AKs, but nothing to fall back on if they do lose this.
Really looking... I'm a Robo actually playing in middle. This double up setup has worked for them well on other maps. Cyberfocus going to go for the more aggressive style of play. This guy is one of very, very quick. the trigger. Flick shots galore. But this time, at least, he's on the wrong side of the map. The T's are going to be building up towards that A site. One guy through Palace, the rest out main, and then we've got all of these smokes just coming in. Dursky going to try and flash through them, go for a couple of pre-fires, but he's unable to find anything. And Hitmouse, so far, is the only one to get anything done. It's aggressive from D.Va. Sprays onto one, but he can only get one. And in the meantime, they're going to take the man advantage over on that CT side and gather up, try and take this together.
Definitely should be possible with a 4-on-3, and these T's so far spread across the site. Robo takes down Davkos as he flies for the sky, and the wrap coming from Slotfix is going to have to hurry up as Starladder is left alone. Needs to take a kill back in his favor, or is this going to be impossible? There's still 4 players alive on the CT side. They line up. He does damage. One for him. Looks in for the second. Slotfix finally going to make his way as well, but look, they're on the bomb. This is all over. He has to come in from the jungle. He may just have enough time to stop it. Peeks out. There's the first. The diffusers come on in, and that will be the round for K29. It was so close for Slotfix. So damn close, but instead of going for the connector, he decides to jump through the window, and that is going to be what holds him back.
Yeah, I'm a little bit... I get his reasoning, because the angle is better for the bomb, but if your teammate doesn't have eyes on the bomb, I feel like you have to go for the faster approach there, even if it is a little bit more risky. They were sort of running out of time. The likelihood is there would be somebody on the bomb, so I don't know. I feel like most players in that situation would have just gone for the peek into connector, or at least checked it on your way past to make sure that there's nobody defusing that bomb. Either way, both teams will have a buy into this round. It is crunch time for the economies of either side, as a loss here will set them back and likely send them into an eco scenario.
Yeah, the only reason they could even get a buy from this was that bomb plant, so it's just on the edge, teetering in terms of their economy now. Fast in mid, Davkos with the AWP, looking for the pickup through connector as well. Cyber Focus is going to be on the other side, but no pick coming through. We have a passive mid play, although Robo, aggressive fight, does take it. Dima will drop, and now he can just go back towards the site in the safety of B. With no reaction from Team Spirit there. They had no ability to trade. It's going to be Davkos trying to look through short onto the B site, but you can see K29 playing it so passive, and I like the change in setup. The issue is, now we see the cross. They're going to start to be a little more wary of this one. As you can see, Hitmouse will fall down towards B, or A, sorry, Davkos turning back round. Spirit have pulled himself in that back of kill, but we still only have 30 seconds left for them to take B.
Nice shot from Cyber Focus as well, and as you said, the time is just ticking that little bit too low. 3 players already reside on this B site, and this is just going to be the T's trying their best to force the issue. They've already missed out on Robo, sat over by the truck. Should be able to deny any harm, but actually Davkos is going to catch him, and somehow they've managed to get away with it. I'm not really sure how this has happened, that the bomb has gone down, considering Roman is so close, but Cyber Focus back in play, picks off one. How long can Davkos really survive in this corner? He spots out Cyber Focus, gets the first, looking for the second, but there we go. Roman finally finishes his dinner, and he will get them a 5th round on the board.
I'm probably switching my prediction now at this point. K29 having a great CT side. Nice retake there again.
They are from Belarus, by the way. That is not the Kazakhstan flag. Kazakhstan
Who
flag
said
is
that?
blue. With
Who said they were from Kazakhstan?
Insomnia. Best mod
Insomnia,
EU.
man. Worst mod. It's that NA brain. It's the geographical ignorance. You can name all the states, but you can't name all the countries in Europe. That's the issue here.
Okay, he's not in the right state of mind.
Yeah. No, oh, shut up, Tom. I hate this. Yeah, okay. I'm going to have a little cry after this map. Anyway, Team Spirit, pistol armor now. Set up outside of B. It's full smoke take. As soon as this molly is disrupted, they can just run on through, and they will charge. Here's where we see the power of the Tech-9 versus the power of the UMP. Roman fighting down the apartment, spraying so much damage, but not a single kill to his name. Robo's actually going to be the only one to frag as Starix takes down Roman, and at least Robo alone on the site. A Cyber Focus gets dropped on the bench. Dima takes the AWP, and he does damage. This is great work done by Dima. He's on 3 right now, looking in for a 4th as Dursky stuck in the market, forced on back by the AWP. And he should just straight up save. They've not got money. He's not got a chance. Davkos is going to make sure he's not got a head.
Yeah, lovely round from the T's. Just sheer aggression working out for them wonderfully. Can someone ban Scrawny again, please? He should never have been unbanned from this chat. I'll unmod him. Someone else can ban him. Jedi, a genuine question. Yes. We are going to switch over to that IP game as soon as this one is done. It shouldn't be starting for 45 minutes, so the timing should work out perfectly. So, yep, everything you have read is correct. We will be doing an IP versus I game.
Suddenly I can't even name 5 states or 6 states. That's upsetting. I believed in you, man, and you let me down. Pistols now for K29. I'm not scared of them letting me down. They won't let me down. They've got pistols. Missing out on the dreaded MP9, but 5/7 armor. There's always confidence when we've got this kind of buy. Up through short is going to be the fight. We have Cyber Focus with the Deagle. There's the first. Looking for more. Damage is found, but top trades from Connector. However, that cost down to 15 in the process. So low. And Robo takes another one. This is what I mean when I say K29, don't let me down. They're in a 4v3 right now with damage done onto Davcost and a UMP secured. In towards mid for Spirit. Still a chance, but it's going to be a real hard one to pull back. The only positive is they've given up control of the A site and pushed Dursky into Palace.
So low on HP. I do like this Palace control. I feel like he's maybe a little bit too far back, expecting somebody to rotate in, so he's going to listen, but unfortunately that means that it leaves the T's in a perfect opportunity to actually just plant this bomb, maybe even fall back towards middle and have the AWP homed in a long-range angle, which will just benefit them quite a bit. However, I'm going to be clearing out the site. They're actually going to plant for ramp. Now, this could work absolutely perfectly if that flank is able to come in, and it will. Dursky gets one, looking for the second, but Starix is able to trade, and he will get 2 back. Big from Starix. He's done enough. Davcost is low, but he's holding the angle with the AWP, and that almost looked like it was going to slip away, but Starix is just about able to convert.
Had a K29 not hit that shot though, that's just depressing. I know they have pistols, which is difficult, but Starix completely turns them into mincemeat. What a round thrown away here. As we now see T Spirit back on their buy. Coldie's got no weapon. I'm not too sure what's going on here. It does go back to spawn and get the AK. It's a few. It's okay. This K29, they are going to be met full frontal with a lot of T's rushing out through the ramp here. It's going to be Davcost with the AWP, but Dima to open things up drops Robo. Dursky defending the Palace with his life takes down Dima. It's only going to be one as these players back off. They don't give him the satisfaction of picking up that gun or any more frags. It's Cyber Focus in mid to do damage. And yeah, this is just a cleanup all on Cyber Focus. At this point, it's just damage. They can rebuy next round, so he doesn't need to save this gun. So he may as well at least attempt this.
Smoke will go down. Default plant, but with CT control, a lot more effective. Normally seem. And, well, from Cyber Focus, I see either way. Like, if he had gone for this, tried to do some extra damage, fine, because they can buy. But obviously, AK's still the better of the rifles, so might as well keep this into the next round. Make sure that everybody can get all the utility. He can drop that over to, say, Hitmouse or Roman or Robo, one of the lower economy players who will get 2,400, and they'll be able to make sure that they have everything that they desire. So, not a bad situation to be in. The T's as well, keeping 3 players alive. Not really worth the hunt. They might as well just keep all of their players, and you can see they're not really overextending in this situation, especially considering the person closest to the action is actually Starix, who was very low on HP. So 5-5, Team Spirit now with a decent amount of rounds beginning to amount over on that T side, and we're waiting to see if there'll be a response as the AWP now comes into play for Cyber Focus.
Again, Spirit, every single round they take mid, they throw the smoke down, they don't round the pick from K29. Wallbang damage somehow to 50. Not sure where he got shot through, but Cyber Focus gets tagged by Davcost Sorp. Now, can fall on back. He's not in a horrible position being on 50 HP. He can definitely still fight mid. He will move towards Connector, a better position maybe for the headshot angle as he tries to focus up. There's no one there. The Spirit instead of set up outside of the B site. All in the apartments. The issue is here with no split coming in through short. While it does give the positive of K29 not having any information on where they're going, the only negative is they're all walking through a choke point, and the Molotovs are going to come through. Here's the push. While he goes through, flashes as well will follow, but there's plenty of Spirit in response. They just jump out onto the site. Roman's alone towards the back of bench. Dima's found Robo, and Roman has to hit his shots. First one crosses. There it is. Dima goes down. Now there's plenty more to find. Spraying through the smoke. Damage is found, but not the kill. Roman just getting flanked finally as Davcost removes him from the equation, and the bomb going down in a man advantage situation for Spirit.
It's not going down. They thought short was clear. Dursky's just sat there like, nope, you're not planting it in that position. At least for now. It's bought the remaining CTs a little bit more time. And actually, I think if Cyberfocus just peeks over to the right, he actually could see the bomb, but instead he faces versus Davkos, not something you really want to be doing. And well, this time Sophic will be able to plant that bomb comfortably, and Hitmouse, again, they're going to peek Davkos, and he seems to have finally made it into this map. 8 kills for him, sits at the top of the board, but it definitely looks like, at least on Mirage, there's not really any real slackers on either side. It's coming down to these sort of battles on either side, and, well, this buy is intriguing. It's not a full buy. It's a bit of a mix. They know they can get something on the board in the next round. It has been 4 in a row, so max loss bonus. So, just gonna try and do some damage with the umps.
We saw a similar buy on Cobble. This one makes more sense, though. We had a couple of, and that was actually from Spirit. We had a couple of weird buys on their T side that didn't really make any sense. Going into this, obviously they have money to fall back on, so it's not too much of an issue. W and P could be dangerous. Stack towards A, 1 on B. It's unlikely Spirit, knowingly going up against an eco, are going to be walking into the B side. So this is a calculated risk here, pulled out from K29. You can usually put more focus towards the A side of the map, knowing you won't get chased. But either way, they start to wrap around through the T-spawn inside of this A area. 2 players playing close as the pistols would benefit, but they've got no control towards ramp, and that's the issue. Dursky's so exposed. Hitmouse is almost baiting him on the site here. With no one holding ramp, no one holding the cross, we're going to see Team Spirit completely sneak out onto this site. I'm worried.
Both umps are actually on the other side of the map as well, so the majority of the weaponry not in the right position, but maybe the pistols is all that are needed. This is ridiculous. Just 3 kills coming in. This is hardly even a stack anymore. It was 3 players and a little bit of a crossfire, and they've got 3 kills. Now the umps run into play, and this is where the real powerhouse of K29 come in. They have caught out this T side. The slow approach has not worked. And now Sophic, 5 HP, he's trying to escape. They're not going to let him, or maybe they are. Okay, now this gets interesting, because both players are low. Ah, that's a shame. If he hadn't been running away, if he'd just given them an extra, like, 10-15 seconds, he could have won that. But, as you pointed out, the time is not going to allow it. T-side still have enough to buy. But 2 weapons saved in a round win. K29 are going to be laughing.
Thanks to the game, though, Tom. I've enjoyed this, but I'm going to have to go now. That's too much. That's not okay. That's just not allowed. No. Goodbye. Man, no way they should be able to win that without holding ramp. Dursky's just sitting. Sorry, Hitmaster's just sitting. No, sorry, it was Dursky sitting in the open, on top of Palace. No one even looking towards ramp. And they still get the round.
As well?
They don't
clear dark.
I understand this. Yeah, I understand the sneak out and the lack of smokes being thrown just to play kind of secretive, but they don't check Palace. What? How does that? We have StarX on the team here. I'm really questioning some of these plays we're seeing from Spirit, especially StarX. I'm not too sure what's happening here, but I mean, they've got 6 rounds, right? So they've got rounds to fall back on. They've got a couple more opportunities now to at least get these last couple of the half, which could be great for them, but it just seems like even the rounds they're picking up are so sloppy, so close. And it's not seeming like a close game at all, despite the scoreline. K29 just seem to be doing all the right moves.
Still, a lot that they need to work on. I think that's evident, but to keep it 6-6 and make drastic mistakes like that shows that there's still something here with this team, at least. Taking mid-control once again. Same sort of setup we saw in the previous round, at least on the B site. Both players just aggressive around that apartments area. Just trying to play off each other. In terms of the A side, they have fallen back a little bit, of course. They're not playing these closer range angles. They need to. Dursky peeks out. Already takes down Sophic in the connector. And that actually removes quite a big factor from the split that we saw previously. Although they have managed to get, I was about to say, into the ladder room. But that is quickly denied. And so are many other players. Dursky is the man to watch in this round, at least, as he has just been picking up frag after frag already on 3, 4, looking inevitable. Only 1 man left in his way. He's going to run out of bullets, and Cyberfocus will save him. Another quad kill. No aces to be seen in this game, but it is 7-6 to K9. K29, not K9. K9's a dog.
And that's well, that was a great opportunity for Spirit to get really, crush back, get their reset, and then get the last couple of rounds on the board. But after losing it, it's not looking likely. 7-6, K29 wrapped 2 in a row and side focus. What a way to start the round. Drop Sophic through smoke. So unlucky for Sophic. Spirit, they've lost their mid split. Now they're all onto the A site. At least they have palace control to take down anyone playing close, but it's not pistols this time, it's rifles. And Dursky at range drops another one. Cyber focus posted on the smoke, looking for more. He stalls out. Demon just chases with the Tech 9, but he just gets shot in the face. Long range here. Spirit not getting anything in there because K29 are not playing up close and personal around the edge of the smoke. Nades fly in. Hit mouse from CT. No bomb plant for you as Spirit are just left the Davkos. In fact, he'll join them in the graveyard. It's all on K29 here. Flawless round against the Vive Spirit.
I think the round with the pistols has thrown them. Because the last couple of rounds, they barely got anything done. 1 kill and no kills with 2 fall buys. That shouldn't be happening. They should not be able to get a single or one single frag. That's just ridiculous. The CT side coming alive right at the depths individually and moving on to the T side, that could help them loads. If you have the individual players with those AKs in hand, who knows what could be possible for K29. And obviously this is the last map of this best of 3. The winner of it, well, they go through to that CIS Minor LAN.
Fast out for B. Robbo takes down 2 as Roman's still close. They won't expect this position. And of course he gets away with 1, but the trade does come through. And actually Sophic and Davkos combining. Starting to look a little more dangerous, but the bomb's not been grabbed. They need to pick that up and get that down on the site. Taking their damn time. Sophic finally does pick it up for the team. Will be moving in towards B. Focus tagged down on short. Does fall back as the nade comes in. I mean, this is still doable for Spirit. The issue is Dursky. He's just playing so aggressive. He's got that confidence. He's got that headshot on Davkos, and now it leaves Sophic alone, stranded, 1 kill in.
Thing he has to worry about. I think he's spotted both players now. Now will be the peek out. Actually gets the kill. Now knows where the final remains. And he does actually have time to play with a little bit here. Gonna go for the peek, taking the challenge. But Hitmouse will win the duel. 9-6. A 4-round streak at the end for K29. Give them that lead. And to be honest, I think we've seen some impressive performances. Dursky looked very, very good in the last few rounds of this half. And I think this should have them feeling very confident going onto their T side. Now, of course, Mirage still... I'd say it's relatively balanced. I'd still favor the CT side slightly. Especially if you can get that economy going. Double AWP setup, we know how effective they can be. But this pistol round, it could be the difference between K29... being able to run away from this. And, well, Team Spirit evening up.
Oh, look at this push. So much information gained by Spirit. This is the kind of thing I love to see. The Sophic and Coldie, they clear a ramp. Look at the rotations now. They know it's a B play, but in fact, it's too little too late. The T's are already out on the site. Deem has only dropped 1 before his demise, and Davkos is close, but no trade potential. This is going to be K29 taking the site. 4-on-4 retakes usually quite positive, but on B Mirage, easier said than done. They've got to clear these close positions. Davkos has to check his close right angle because there's still a player sitting there on the other side as the flank comes in through the apartments. Sopfic's dead. Roman's found the head, and Coldie, he's going to be following in tow as well. Does actually manage to find Hitmouse, and Robo peeks out from the bench as well to do damage. This is so close right now. Robo takes another. It's all onto Coldie, wrapping around Forest, but Robo's playing the sound perfectly, moving in behind, and he jukes him. K29 pick up the pistol round, 10-6, and this game is falling so far off the Spirit.
Yeah, not this time. Coldie unable to do the magic he did on that T-side pistol with the 4K. Will be forcing into this one. Davkos even buying up himself. Normally see him save. He does actually still have a little bit of money because he got some kills. So not the worst case scenario. And we are just going to see a pistol side strategy. 4 players over on this A site. The other in middle as well, which will be Davkos with that Deeg. And actually only 1 player over towards the A side at the moment. Now if Roman does his job properly and just properly fills out the B site, he should be able to get enough information that they know it's clear. Although Davkos now rotating in to just try and hold some angles, making sure nobody's crossing in the meantime. Still going to be a heavy stack overall. But he will at least see Roman.
Again, the same play from Sophic. Information pushing. Robo surely heard those footsteps though, so he's going to be wrapping. K29 slowly managed to take this connector control and I imagine picking up the bomb to split towards A again. Dima does find himself one with the 5-7. Dursky's dead. This is a really slow round for K29, but it's clear they want to take this A side of the map, considering Hitmouse is posted in the connector right now. They should hopefully work out that this stack is going underway, and with Sophic getting dropped on ramp, this is going to open up a huge amount of options for them to push out onto A. It's going to be completely clear, other than StarX and CT, who can probably deny the bomb plant. 30 seconds left. K29 have to make this one work.
Another pistol kill from Holdy. We'll be able to trade one back, and it's still going backwards and forwards, but Davkos now, he's got himself an AK, looking to spray away. Spots one, hits the headshot as well, and now, what? 2 ridiculous shots from Davkos at the depths. This is the man you want to be focusing on. Just ridiculous stuff from him, bringing the round home for Team Spirit, and they will counter straight back. And just like we saw in the first half, pistol goes the way of the T's, but the CTs win one back.
Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Either way. Spy going to come through. I'm not sure who even won the round. These spies are both so good. As you can see, Spirit actually going to have rifles at the end of the day. It was looking close. K29 definitely got some bank to work with these pistols, the armor and the nades. They set up towards the A side. It's just going to be a fast burst play. This could even work. Team Spirit are set up for retake. They only have one player who's close. He's starting to rotate in. As you can see, Davkos and StarX are very close. The smokes go down, but StarX opens things up with a nade. Hitmouse is dead, and they should just be able to take the control, get this bomb down, get themselves into post bombs, and maybe fight it on from there. But these CTs do not want to let them get that far. Coldy drops under there. Davkos will drop Dursky in the stairs as well, and Coldy even takes down Cyberpunk because there's so much havoc going on. It's all onto Roman on the back of the site. He's been spotted. He needs to find one, and he will, but the wallbang will come through. That's to close out the K29. Oh, sorry, that Spirit needed. They even keep 3 players alive.
Yeah, important for them to start getting some economy on the board. Will be a plant, plus the extra 1900 loss bonus for the T side, but it's not really anything too impressive, and they haven't dropped enough players where I think that it's worth going for a buy in this round. Maybe some pistols, or at least something. They've actually gotten more heavy on utility, which I'm intrigued by. I want to see what they're going to do with this. Not a huge amount of armor bought up on the majority of players. And yeah, you can see around that 2,000 mark, they know they've got 2,400 coming in the next round. And if they can get themselves a bomb plant, that will secure any other utility which they desire.
Again, smoke setup it is. These things can't speak today. Seem to be less effective over on B. Far more an A side of the map to take. Less angles to really kind of pincer off on B because these CTs can just play around the smokes and still play in the site. But regardless, let's see how they work. They will go through. Dima throwing out all his flashes to hold back these aggressive Ts as they burst out through the window. Davkos is close as well. A nice burst to pick things up. StarX as well. This should just be the cleanup. Nothing is coming through. And Spirit, flawless. Here. 3 in the last round, 5 in this round. They're building up the CT money.
Yeah, and it denies quite a bit as well over on that T side. It means there's not going to be an AWP for Cyberfocus, who had saved a little bit of money in case they got that bomb plant down. Doesn't occur. Now they're going to be left with these rifles. Now, their A site takes have been pretty good so far, even when they've only had pistols. Like, the smoke setups have been working. They've just been losing players because they don't have the weaponry to support it. So I'm not surprised to see them fall back to this sort of strategy. Although Dursky, he's not waiting for any of the nades. He's going to run straight through it. It's traded out after he loses his life. And although there's damage done, oh no, Hitmouse, he's going to make things a little bit worse. Kills his teammate, leaves it onto Cyberfocus all alone. He had a fantastic game just earlier, and he's brought it back into a 1 versus 2. And actually, both players currently in CT. He's spotted either of them as they cross. He's going to try and play the headshot angle, but he currently has free roam over that B site.
No pressure, that's the thing. He can just hold, he can relax, he can wait for the move to be made by Spirit, catch these guys in rotations, watch them shift. The only issue is if he wraps back round to the top of mid, Could get flanked by Sophic, but making the right call and going through short. Dima holds on, but oh wait. No, okay, he is committing to B. Yeah, I thought he was about to jump up and go to window. That could have been terrible. Would have made a lot of noise. But either way, he'll have the B site free, as you say. Only issue is Sophic is very close on the rotation, so he needs to expect that. That's the thing about these kind of rounds. You need to always know that the CTs could be in every single position. They've had all the time in the world. They've got everything they need. There's no reason for the CTs not to be in apps right now, so he needs to be aware of that. But time is low. He needs to get the plant as well as Sophic moves himself in. And oh no, it's an open plant. Sopfic's ready for it, spots his legs, and there's the kill. Spirit pick up a 10th round. We will be reaching double digits for both teams.
See, that was one of those scenarios that really, no matter what Cyberfocus did in that situation, it was going to be incredibly difficult. And to be fair, the way he played it, I don't have any problems with it. Just clearing a lot of angles, making sure that the spots he could check were clear. Just got very unlucky that the one spot he's sort of unable to check without making a lot of noise was the one where the CTs actually took position. So, pistols once again. The score is evened up 4 in a row after the pistol. Cyberfocus, though, there we go. Gets one onto Sophic. Looking for a little bit more. Davkos still trying to peek, and he's taking damage down to 35 HP. These pistols have been so deadly for K29 so far. I'm hoping, for Spirit's sake, that this won't happen again. And, well, Coldy at least going to even things up for now.
This Davkos Torp, though, going to be holding down the A site. Roman's dropped. No trade close by there. I'm just going to have to force himself into B. Nice shot there from Dursky. Drop Steamer as rotations come in, but there was no anchor on the site. Spirit had no one in close proximity, so now they have to completely give up B as we see these T's take control of it. Cyberfocus even holding rotations in the connector, and he takes down Coldy as well. Starx will drop another on the B site, but it's still going to be on these two left for K29. Hitmouse close. He's really relying on Cyberfocus to do the damage here coming in through short. He doesn't want to go out on the A site, B site alone, so he's going to wait for his teammate to finally make his presence known, and he will. Starx goes down, and Davkos now in a 1v2, rotating back into B.
They just can't win these easy rounds, can they? Team Spirit wanting to make things as difficult as they can for themselves. It is going to be Davkos in this 1v2, though. And if you're going to believe in anybody on this Spirit side, this is the man you want to be looking for. The thing is, as long as the T side don't overface in this situation, there's no chance. And he can tell. He's just going to save this AWP. The rest of the team should be able to rebuy off the back of it as well. Sophic with quite a bit of money, and even adding just 1,400 onto the majority of players will enable them a buy, especially when you consider the Davkos saving this AWP will mean he can drop one as well. So, not a good round from Team Spirit, but it hasn't put them out of the game by any stretch. The next one is where things will get a little bit more interesting for Spirit.
This is still very close. That's the thing, as you say. They've not been knocked out by that previous round, so really, you could go either way. I don't know who to bet on at this point. K29 looking good, though, in the sense that if they pick up this round, they will really crush Spirit's economy. And Davkos, what a way to kick it off. Takes down Hitmouse in mid, just blind through the smoke, gets a shot off. It will be an attempted trade coming out from the T's, and they play it fast. A quick retaliation as Roman drops Starx and Robo. Pushing out on the A site, hasn't checked Palace. He needs to, does spot Coley, good shot there. K29 pulling it back again into their favour as two left in jungle, one coming in through the CT spawn as well. These guys are completely bunched together, surely making the footsteps. K29, they know exactly what's up with these CTs coming for the retake.
3 players through this CT angle, and are going to go for the boost. Try and give a little bit of space over to Sophic to find something, but the T's at the moment just playing passively. I think they may have spotted one over the sandwich, but actually the peek's going to come out from Robo. He's already making this look more and more impossible. Sophic with the AWP will be able to trade one, but that's all that these players have, and they know he's going to try and defuse. They deny it completely. K29 have made this work. They've damaged that economy of the CT side down to very, very little, and are only 4 rounds away from making their way through to the minor.
But again, for those wondering, even if K29 do make their way to the minor with this, it's not over for Spirit. They can still join them. All they have to do is beat ASD team, a Russian mix. So it should be possible in theory, but I mean, again, Team Spirit performing a bit lackluster so far this match, and the unknown quantity of ASD team. Who really knows what can happen? But let's stick on this matchup. It's not over. Spirit have still got an avenue back into this game after this eco. I can't imagine too much is going to come out. A nice boost there. Might be able to spot the bomb, but they actually move it. They actually cancel it last second. You can see Holy almost with that kill, but oh no, Dirksy lines them up. Going to take down 2. Of course, holding from the boost. Maybe a player in Palace, but the timing gets the better of him. Roman finds him. Now 2 remain. This is just going to be a formality. These guys will fall apart. Sophic gets 1. Sops up for the deagle. It's just damage at this point. Not looking to save.
And even damage with 4 players alive isn't going to make much of a difference. Lots of money built up on the T side. CT side starting to slip away, as we saw on the previous map of Cobblestone. Just had a little bit of a reignition while they started the half, and then just very, very quiet for the rest of it. Double orb setup in play. If anything, Tophic has been better in some of the maps, at least with this AWP. Had some hugely impactful rounds. Davkos has been the best player for his team this map, and here we go again! That no-scope is ridiculous from Davkos, getting himself a second kill. The trades, meanwhile, bring it into a 3 versus 2. He really is trying to bring this home for his team. Sophic will peek out, this time missing the shot, but will connect the second. And now Roman, left alone, will fall as well.
This is what you got to say. It's never over till you're at 16. These guys are still bringing it home. Another round on the CT side, but here's where we reach the most dangerous point. If the T's now pick up this next round, this game is closed. 14 rounds, they get reset, they have no money to fall back on. That save or a win here, Team Spirit are going to be screwed. Very likely going to be losing this map, and will be having to fall back down to the decider match of this group. But let's see if they can pick up this one to keep it in close. Davkos missing that mid shot. Beam is pushed up too short as well. And the other AWP on Sophic is pushed deep into B apartments here, or not deep yet, but looking like he wants to hint himself inside of that area. As the mid control is taken from K29, there's a lot of information on the whereabouts of these CTs. The issue is, the smokes are down, they can't get picks. And while Roman is boosted into the window, he's really not got a whole lot of hope here. He's got a player right above him, they've got jungle control as well, and he has no idea where they're about to push him from.
He's not in the best spot, but Demon doesn't see him. That is just luck. That's all that could be. Dima so focused on the player below that he doesn't notice a man sat just inches away from him. Man advantage to K29, and continues as trades go back and forward. Davkos and Sophic still have these AWPs, but we know that if that bomb goes down, it's going to become so much more difficult for them in retake scenarios, and it is slowly making its way forward. One player actually over towards ramp at the moment, which could catch out Robo. He started throwing nades in towards this A site, trying to drag somebody back, and by the looks of it, he may just catch out Davkos, seemingly with the wrong read. Sophic still going to get one with the AWP on this B site, and now Davkos is back in-house as well.
Nice shot from Goldie though. 15 seconds left, they need to get this bomb down, and it's all on Sophic. He can deny this one so easily, especially with his teammate wrapping into the market. Good stuff by Davkos. Sophic does do one with a bomb. It's not being planted. Roman has... What is he doing? He's pushing into the market. He knows this is over. He's surely got to know that this is a done deal. There's nothing he can do, and he's even going to get chased by Sophic. The round's over. Tom, that's a surprise. That's K29 leaving it to the last 10 seconds to plant. I've never seen that before. Oh, wait, no. Yes, I have.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's just a CIS thing, but like, without being, even like the best teams, like even when Na'Vi were at like their height, they would still screw that up sometimes. So when I see like lower iteration teams trying it and it not working so many times, especially when they have players who can just like run into sites and pop heads, it's infuriating. Because the fact is, when they go for these faster rounds, it's been working much, much better. They've been able to just catch off this CT side, a CT side that haven't had a whole lot of utility. That's something they've really struggled with. So why not try and catch them out earlier in these rounds? It's somewhat infuriating, and by the looks of it, it may just be the lifeline that Spirit need. They're bringing this back, 13-13, looking more than likely, as only 3 remain.
And this is a force from K29 as well, which leaves them with no cash as Spirit win this. This is going to start to get completely the opposite way of how I thought this matchup was going to go. Sophic closing down another in the connector. Dursky trades, but it's a small victory for K29. Dursky can't get anything more. Roman coming in through the palace. This has got to be an A split with him with the bomb. Well, he does have a smoke. That's quite good because Davkos is in towards CT. Easily smoke him off and try and get some kind of plant here, but his teammate's far, far away, and that drop is going to make lots of noise there by Dursky. They know exactly where he's playing as he walks into the jungle. 30 seconds left. They need to get this bomb down. They need to get rid of Davkos in the spawn as he holds the angle, backs off towards CT, re-peeks at the worst timing possible as Roman's already out. He's peeking and onto the site. Smoke will go down, and this allows a plant. K29 now somehow made this round slightly doable.
Problem is the bomb plant situation is just not going to work out, and once again, the clock is going to get the better of them, or in the end it won't. They'll lose their lives. 13-13. Spirit really are on that sort of final countdown, and what K29 actually going to be calling out a pause. The money, not great for either team, but it's good enough for the CT side to at least have their fall by, whereas the Ts, well, they've got a few rounds lost bonus, so they will be able to buy into the next. They don't have the money to buy in this one. Just there's no point. But they're pretty much going to be fighting from the depths. Now, the thing I'm a little bit worried about is the fact that K29 have still been so good with these pistols. So from my perspective, get a couple of P250s, get some Deagles, and just try and win this round. And to be honest, they might. They've got so many now. It's silly.
It's not something we're uncommon to. It's harder on the T side, yes, but I mean, I'm not too worried for them. We'll see what happens. So timeout will end. I think at this point you should expect Team Spirit to close out this map, but with another buy opportunity for K29, it's not like Spirit at 14 or 15 rounds. It's still on the table. It's still a possibility for either side. But I mean, you've got to assume Spirit will be able to close this one out. We actually see a double timeout called out from K29. They want to take 2 whole minutes to work out what they want to do. And that, again, that only gives time to Spirit as well to work out, change their setup. Starix doesn't like this, change this position. Let's go aggressive. Let's play passive. Know what you want to do. It's not like K29 are going to be the ones on the ball and Spirit are very confused. They'll have all the time in the world themselves as well.
But the interesting thing as well, just looking at the scoreboard, I was taking a peek. Not one of these teams has won more than 4 rounds in a row. So, if anything, if that pattern continues, then K29 are going to win this game. Because it would be 4, then they'd lose 1, and then it would go back. So, I'm not saying that it's all a conspiracy and that patterns are real, but it just looks, the way things going, that it would be almost sort of ironic if that was the way things go towards the end, or just coincidental that Team Spirit aren't able to string it together. Either way, it is going to be a little bit of an investment into this from the T side. They're going to have those Deagles, they're going to have some pistols, but other than that, they don't even have the Deag anymore as Davkos already starts things off.
Tom Biz rigging matches confirmed here. Let's see what happens. So Eco comes in, they just burst A with no smoke. So I'm not expecting a thing then. Not throwing down jungle smoke. You will have what you get. 1 kill, being actually 2 by Hitmouse, but yeah, no, completely thrown away. Whatever, not an issue. Not really expecting too much from that round, but it'd been nice to see something a little bit better, like a smoke towards jungle to allow a bomb plant to give them a bit more money, but they can still buy up, so it's not an issue for now. The rifles coming in, AWP as well on Cyber Focus, similar buy for Spirit. And the make or break round to close out this series to see who's going to be going through to the CIS Minor in the first seed, 2-0 out of this group. And Team Spirit, they're going to be bringing in the heat towards top of middle.
The big round. Team Spirit with the chance to face up against a force buy in the next. And, well, even themselves don't have a huge amount of money if the Ts are able to take this one. It really could be an overtime game. I think we would upset an awful lot of NIP fans if that was the case. Player to go starting at, of course, 6. But, take control. That's going to be the aim for this T side. Taken over. The bomb still sits at the top of mid, so definitely not dedicated to either of the sites, although we are going to see Robo searching for a bit of a pick. Bit of nade damage done early, throwing into middle. But again, they're really sort of peeking towards this connector, hoping that they can find a little bit of a hole in the defense. And with the smoke down, CTs are actually looking to reposition a little bit, maybe take a little bit of an aggressive push over towards this A site to try and at least gain something back.
Something though opens things up with 2. Make that 3. Where's this come from? Something has just completely closed out this round. K29 tried so hard, but it seems like it's falling apart. Goldie, he's going to follow up, takes down Robo, all on Roman now. The one chance they had to close out this map, or at least get back into it, given the scoreline. Goldie and something go big, and this will be it. 15 rounds to 13. I don't know what to say after that. Just a huge individual performance. They've got to be extremely happy at how Sophic took that round. And now K29, no bomb plant, no money. Yeah, broken the chain, not rigged match, confirmed.
5 rounds in a row now. We've seen them win with less, it has to be said, but this is the match that could take Spirit through to the minor, the chance to play on LAN, and then the chance to qualify for the qualifier of the major. Yes, it really does roll off the tongue, doesn't it? But Cyberfocus, he's looking to deny them, takes that first peek. Push out will come in. He actually continues forward, but it seems to be working so far. The T's bringing the fight to their opponents. It's going to be 2 players looking to try and retake this. The push from middle. Got to be very, very careful. Let's look at the close angle. It's not going to be checked, and it's all on to Sopfig. AWP. The money should be enough for them to get a buy, so he's actually going to go pushing. Misses the shot onto Dursky. And, well, I think this means he's pretty much out of the round. Gonna look to try and just throw a smoke down, possibly do some extra damage to this economy of the T side before he leaves this world. Because the likelihood of him getting out of here is slim to none, and K29, they're looking to take this to OT.
And he gave them an AWP as well. That's the worst part. They wouldn't have been able to buy that up at all. No one had enough money. If Cyberfocus does work this round, that's just purely off the back of T-Spirit gifting him a gun. Yes, they can rebuy, so there's no need to save there, but more so just throw the gun out the map, play with your pistol, try and get some damage done, because right at this point, K29 now have an AWP that they physically would not have been able to afford, even if they went for a glass cannon. So I'm getting a bit worried now that the mistakes like this are happening, but maybe it will play to their strengths, as K29's burst rifle play in the previous one did have great effect. Looking like OT is a very big possibility here for this final map.
Double AWP still remains. Cyberfocus already tagged a little bit. Have been executing so late in these rounds that could be something that occurs once again. The bomb sat in the back of B-Apps, almost holding. No real aggression coming out at the moment. A little bit of a short peek. It could just be the timing, as Dursky has literally just crossed. Dima will have absolutely no idea. This could be perfect if he goes back around and tries to take the peek, but instead it works the other way. Hitmouse thinks it's clear. He is wrong. Dima's got the double kill ready starting. They're trying to trade him back, but it just isn't working. He gets a third. This is the exact round that he needed to go big in, and looking for more. Dima's done it for the team. It's all onto Robo. Last one left alive. He's taken 2 with him at least, but he's got to try and find the final 3, and courtesy of Dima, Team Spirit are going to be the ones making it through. A lovely little spinning effect as well. Thank you for the lovely GoTV or whatever that was that did that. But that is it. 16-14, squeezing it through in the end, and Dima has won it for the team.